this one's for you. Yeah. You want me dead, better tell them wait, cause I'm hot now, I'm in a devil's way. This is God's plan, so you better pray. Got him watching now with a bitter face. Been a hot boy since my juvie days. Prison time had me eating trays. I'm a gladiator, been to YA. Did 15 and got my life straight. Homies turned on me like I'm pie face. Kept on with that blind faith. That gang lock didn't pay good, so I hit the booth and tried to my way. I'm the hard.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. All right, this is going to be an interesting one because, I hear this narrative a lot most of the time from my subscribers that I really talk to on a daily basis. I see it in the comment section sometimes, but most importantly, I see the resistance, a lot of active gang members put up against my YouTube channel, but are pretty much the ones that watch it the most. They're always going to hear what I got to say. That way they can call me a liar. But, I've been wanting to do this video for a little while. And I think now's the time that I can really speak on it and, just really share my perspective on things. So let's get right into the video. Now, do I really want actives to quote unquote drop out, become dropouts? Do I want, the SNY problem to become bigger? And it's because, I came onto YouTube as a known rider, SNY inmate. People don't forget about the encouragement that I was promoting in the beginning of my YouTube channel, that I was just, speaking against actives and this and that. And, everybody paints a little cute little picture. So, no, it's not what I'm saying. Look, when I came onto YouTube, my personal experience, my personal life story was just something that everybody asked me to share with them. My personal perspective is just only my personal perspective. You can take what you want from it and run with it. You can view my videos as, entertainment purposes, to know all the chisme, suelta la sopa, and just catch up on the latest if you're really intrigued with prison or you want to be up to date with prison politics, because I happen to have, some information, updated information and in-depth details about prison politics, so to speak. But most importantly, I just came on to YouTube to share my story and just tell the realities of it, because everybody tried to water it down or butter it up and make it seem a hell of a lot more than what it was. And reality, prison politics are prison politics. They're going to get you hurt, or you could be the one doing people wrong and hurting other people. Prison politics has done nothing to elevate, the brown culture. Northern Chicanos, Southern Hispanics, Southern Mexicans. We're just slaughtering each other. We're hurting each other. And we're on this road to, power and money and organizational structure, becoming big homies. We reduced all our chances of becoming successful people. But let's remember, we're just a small percentage of the vast community that represents our people, Mexican people, brown people, Chicanos or Mexicanos, from up north or from down south. But no, my intended purpose was not to tell actives, hey bro, this is what your big homies are doing. You need to quit gangbanging, bro. You need to be a quote unquote dropout. Because remember, if you're watching my YouTube channel, I understand my audience. A lot of my audience is older people from my generation. Some youngsters here and there that want to trip out on prison stuff. But if you're watching my channel, it's because you're free. So you already took a big step, a necessary step in your life. You made one of the biggest decisions you could ever make. And that was to be free and not be placed in jail. So take that into account, that if you're watching my channel, you're free. You're free to do whatever you want. Yeah, you might represent a neighborhood. You might be part of a gang. You might associate with your homies. But there's nowhere in that gang culture, even though it's just all unwritten laws that we just share with one another and make each other practice. Nowhere in that gang culture says you got to devote your life to it and throw your life away for it. That's all I'm saying. It's just what your neighborhood wants from you. It's just what your big homies want from you. I shared my life experiences because I made all the wrong decisions, and all my mistakes have turned into lessons. And I decided to share those lessons with the public, with the media, with my audience members and the active gang members that can't stand the sight of me or don't like my videos. Bro, whether you like me or not, whether you hate me or not, you still tune in. So if you tune in, you're listening to everything that I'm saying. All I ever ask is just take heed, take into account everything that's going on in the penal system, on the streets, with these gang articles that I talk about. It could be you. But if you're watching my channel from a phone, from your home, at work, in your earpiece, in your car with your homies, Bro, you're not in the predicament that a lot of these gang members have been in, that placed themselves in, that threw their lives away in, that are spending the rest of their lives in jail. So already that tells me you made something of yourself, because I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the street politics that got you killed, the neighborhood that backstabbed you, the neighborhood who you kill for, and the big homies that tell you what to do, when to do, and how to do it, and how to wipe. Then you made something of yourself. So why can't I continue to encourage that? Because we're all free, like I've been saying. The term dropout is a prison terminology that everybody on the streets adopted and throws around freely, uses it like a credit card. Oh, what do you say about that? He's a dropout. I know he is. And then that kind of stuff spreads like wildfire. And, we're in society. Street gossip. Gossip girls. Oh, he's a dropout. That homie said he was a dropout. And that fool tell somebody, next thing you know, the whole world knows you're a dropout when you're not even a dropout. That's a prison terminology that we're using to label our own people on the streets. Just like the prison terminology active is a prison terminology that we use on the streets. Because that administration utilized that. Are you active or you PC? And if you said you were one or the other, then they knew how to house you. So once again, we let the prison administration dictate the aspect of our lives and cause more division and separation by using the term active, non-active, mainline, PC. And yet here we are on social media utilizing those same terminologies. Hey, the homie's GP, bro, the homie's active, bro, the homie's good. We're just letting bigger powers that have dictated our lives and took a lot from us just by us placing ourselves as incarcerated people, to continue to dictate our lives and cause more division now on social media, now in personal blogs, now on gang blogs to one another on the streets. And yet we don't see the complaints that the rest of the people make all over social media when they see North and South killing each other, North and North whacking each other, South and South whacking each other. We don't see the broader perspective because we're so brainwashed and isolated in our own minds to think just like gang members, or how people that never made nothing of themselves in the penal system other than man-made laws to dictate their own people and control their own people. My YouTube channel is a clear indication that sometimes these big powers, these organizational powers, can't lose control of their manpower. I could say, yes, I've influenced a lot of people to walk away from the life, but I don't call them dropouts. Just call them being the bigger man, the bigger person, finally understanding. See, there's going to be a lot of eye-openers, whether you want it to be somebody slicing your face, somebody punking you for your canteen, somebody smashing your fingers, or you catching an additional 10, 20 years because somebody put a weapon in your hand, said, go stab this man for his own personal convenience because he was too cowed to do it for himself because he didn't want to lose his mainline status. You got to remember that. You're responsible for making your own choices. So there's nobody to blame and nobody's at fault other than yourself. Because I heard people in jail all the time blaming the big homies, blaming their cellies, blaming the person that put them in the predicament where they had to whack them. Bro, you can't shift blame to nobody other than yourself. So if you choose to do 25 to life for your big homies, look yourself in the mirror and blame yourself that term active was more important than the concept of freedom. I don't want nobody to drop out because in reality, that's a prison terminology. In order to be a dropout, you have to go validated, have to be really connected to a prison organization. You just can't be a northerner and southerner and walk away and go SNY, lock it up. It's not dropout. Dropout was a term they used for MA members, NF members, AB members, BGF members, highly profiled individuals in jail. It's just so fluent to use on social media where, hey, if you didn't even go to prison, but you walked away from the gang life, you're considered a dropout. They abuse that word, and they've allowed a lot of people that were young-minded, naive, or unintelligent, or very uneducated to toss that word around, and it continued to spread like wildfire. So now anybody could be labeled a dropout. I'm not asking you guys to do that because none of you guys are even part of prison politics whatsoever. You're just part of a gang neighborhood. You represent a placazo, you represent a sign, you represent a symbol. Not asking for you to do that. Unless you're in jail, then you have to make that choice. You have to make that same decision. But most time actives, they don't drop out. I mean, I can tell you right now, I've heard so many active mentalities. They're just too worried about what their homies are going to think of them. They're too worried about what their big homies are going to say and how they're going to put their name on the lista. Trust me, green lights ain't as powerful as they used to be. We heard about it in the 90s, early 2000s, and the 80s. These big homies got a lot on their plate in that penal system to be greenlighting big neighborhoods. And in reality, a lot of your active homies will understand if you got done dirty by prison politics. But how can you really call homies from your neighborhood your homies that loved you, this brotherhood that would have had your back, that would have died for you? But the moment that you want to do better for yourself and say, no, I want to get 2 jobs and stay off the streets, man. The economy's rough. Times is hard. I got to take care of my kids. I got to take care of my girl I fell in love. You know, I got a hyena now. I want to, be a married man. And they're quick to turn on you for that. If they were quick to turn on you for doing something good, just imagine how fast they would turn on you if you did something wrong. If you broke a regla, if you broke a rule, you disrespected your neighborhood by doing something and going against them for having an opinion or not following a big homie's orders. They'll turn on you if you do good, just as fast as they'll turn on you to do bad. So in reality, a lot of active gang members that haven't lived my life, and I'm saying my life, not like my personal life, but I represent the many people that made mistakes, threw their life away, threw their freedom away, answered the big homies, worked for big homies, put in work for big homies, got taxed by big homies. Not to mention all the stories that I share about active gang members getting politicked on, getting stabbed on a yard, getting betrayed by their own kind, being disloyal, being disgruntled. I represent all that with this YouTube channel. And I showed you their stories. I shared their experiences with you. That's why people got so mad. Well, how come I wasn't telling my stories, but I was telling other people's stories? But in reality, I'm one of the many people that just got involved in politics and it didn't work out in our favor. And I wanted to share those stories with you guys because it could have happened to any active gang member on these streets. Because cold truth, the cold reality, most actives stay active just to impress their neighborhood. Most actives stay active is because they don't want to deal with a green line. They don't want to deal with being called dropout. But look at me. You could say I ran out of California. You could say Northerners ran me out of California. Nobody knows the truth. I've only spoken about the truth. In reality, you can call it running. You can call it hiding. You can call it being scared. But I'm living my best life in the state that I live in. I have a great job. Well, overtime gives me $40 an hour. All I got to do is work a couple hours a week of overtime, and I'm pulling close to $3,000 every 2 weeks. I'm living very comfortably. Not even accounting for my YouTube money. So I made something of myself real easy. And as much as everybody on social media calls me a dropout, hates me, says they're looking for me, I go to sleep at night peacefully. I wake up every day and go to work. I wake up on my weekends, man, and celebrate. Do something for myself, do something with my kids. I'm living a normal life. That's all I want for you guys. I'm not saying, hey, man, you got to go to prison and drop out and walk away from the gang life. Why do that when you have the opportunity to walk away now? Let these fools use that. Let these dumb dudes, these ignorant dudes abuse that term dropout all they want. There's plenty of people that are SNYs that are free right now, enjoying a better life. Don't have to worry about looking over their shoulders because they're not talking about it. They're not talking about their prison life. They're not telling everybody I was in prison, I was active for 10 years, but I dropped out, bro. You cool with that? They're not sharing their life stories with nobody and their life experiences. They just came home, got a job, understand the value of family, understand the value of freedom, and just went about their daily lives. You can do the same. Relocate, find a better living, find better housing, find better opportunities in different cities. Create opportunities for yourself where you're too focused on what you can gain for yourself than the opinions of others in a street gang. That's all I ever said. Now, you could choose to be active all you want. I'm not here to persuade anybody to walk away from the gang life and have to deal with the repercussions that I have to deal with all the time on a daily basis. All I'm saying is this: you have a choice. Your choices are strictly yours. You can't let another man make choices for you or make decisions for you. When you do that, then you lost all control of yourself. You lost control of your mind frame. You let another man control you. So you're a man before you're a gangster, at least I hope. You're a man before you're a part of a gang member before your neighborhood. At least I hope. So you could be man enough to finally wake up one day and say, you know what? The gang life is just a waste of life. That's all I've been saying. It's coming from me that spent most of his life with an ego, wanted to be power happy, wanted to be a leader, a gang leader. Hell, there was a time I wish I was like one of these profiles where everybody makes videos about, says, oh man, this dude's a dude this, he did that, he had power, he had control, he had his neighborhood. There was a point in time I wanted to be just like them. But guess what? I wake up today and I'm glad I'm just like me. A great YouTuber, a great friend to a lot of my subscribers, a great father to my kids, a hard worker for a corporate company, corporate America that loves me and that loves my work ethic. There's more to life than being thugs, man. That's all I've been saying with this YouTube channel. And that's all I wanted to say with this video. I'm not asking you to drop out. I'm just asking you to finally make choices for yourself and not let a gang dictate it for you, not let a prison leader dictate it for you. Because if you do, and it's eventually too late, I promise you, as hardcore as you are, as much of a thug that you're for your neighborhood, as much as those gang tattoos mean to you, there's going to be a point in time, bro. Everybody has that point in time in their cell where they live to regret it. You don't want it to end up like that. That's all I wanted to say with this video, man, but I got to get to work in about an hour. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.